Hi, I'm Francie White. I'm a Feldenkrais practitioner and a somatic experiencing practitioner here in Eugene, Oregon. And what I have for you today is a 5-minute Felde that is the part of the longer lesson coordinating the flexors and extensors. So this lesson, if you just went straight in and did the final movement without any preparation, you will very probably hurt yourself. So I want to make sure I'm going to try and ease you into it, but I really highly recommend 2 5-minute Feldies that you make sure you've done first. And one of them is activating the flexors, and the other one is balancing the tonus of the back. If you've done both of those lessons already, then you'll be more prepared to do this one. And then also the best possible prerequisite is just having done the longer lesson of coordinating the flexors and extensors. So rule number 1 in Feldenkrais is do not hurt yourself. This is not, we don't want to push ourselves to a place where we hurt ourselves and then we have some big setback and can't move for 2 weeks. So starting off for this lesson, just let the floor take your weight and just start to notice how your body is lying on the floor. So what parts are making contact and which parts aren't. And we just notice, we never judge. So for this lesson, bring your knees up to standing, interlace your fingers behind your head, and bring your elbows close to your head, and just lift your head with your arms a few times, just to remind yourself what that feels like if you've never done this before. And notice how these muscles in your stomach are having to contract. They're having to work in order to allow us to fold forward like this. But in order for the muscles of the front to fold forward, the muscles in the back have to actually let go and lengthen. So that's part of the point of this lesson, is that coordination between the front muscles and the back muscles. So take your right leg and put it over your left leg in this fashion. Interlace your fingers behind your head. And now in this position, lift and lower your head a few times. And just notice if anything is different. Just feeling the muscles in the front that are activating and the muscles in the back that are letting go. And you might feel a little bit of a pull in the legs. And always stay underneath any level of pain and discomfort. So if this causes you any pain in your back or your neck or your legs, stop. You can also do it so small that nobody could tell you were moving. So you could just do this, where you're just barely releasing the tension or the pressure from your arms and your head off the floor, just reducing the pressure there, and that's still going to register with the nervous system. So having done that in this position a few times, now take your knees just a little bit to the right, keeping your hands, your fingers interlaced, and now with your knees just a slight bit to the right, lift and lower your head. Just a little tiny bit. Always making sure you are not hurting yourself. What we're trying to do is to not exercise or do crunches or strengthen our muscles. We're trying to make them smarter. So we're looking for connections between the motor cortex in the brain and the muscles that are attached to the skeleton. So can you feel how, in this position with your knees just a little bit to the right, when you lift up on your head, these muscles pull and they're contracting, and it pulls the knees back up. So you might be able to feel that a little bit. It's pulling on the knees. And then take your knees a little bit farther and do it again. And then take it a little bit farther. And what we're doing is we're making connections, a diagonal connection between our shoulders and our pelvis. And so you can work your way down to taking your knees as far as they can go comfortably, leaving them there, and then doing the same thing. And now you can really see that my knees are coming up. And then let that all go and rest for a moment. So to do this on the other side, I'm not going to go through it, but take your left knee, put it over your right leg, and you'll be doing the same lifting of your head and taking your legs to the left instead of the right. And so that would be the way to do it on the other side. So at the end of the lesson, just notice how you're lying on the floor. And a lot of times if your back muscles have released, you'll be able to feel more contact with yourself on the floor. And then come up to sitting and to standing and just start to notice if you feel this connection. And what it really does is it helps release the head and the neck. So this is in the series called Supporting the Head and Neck. And the idea is that the flexors in the front muscles and the muscles in the back both work to hold the head up. And so you really need a lesson that also coordinates the flexors and the extensors together. And so that's what this lesson does. So I hope you enjoy this lesson. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Integrated Self Eugene. And I also have a website called integratedselfeugene.com. And the longer audio lesson is available. It's called Coordinating the Extensors and the Flexors, and you can purchase that either individually or in the series on my website. I hope you have a great day. Be well.